And welcome back to this special Halloween edition of Idaho Today. You know, after 3 seasons of investigating the mysterious and unexplained, The Proof is Out There returns to the History Channel with all new episodes looking at everything from UFOs to Bigfoot. Veteran journalist Tony Harris sat down with April Neale, entertainment writer, and I to talk about life's unexplained mysteries. So take a look. Halloween's around the corner. I mean, what a perfect time to chat about all the incredible things that you really dive into. But for those who might not be as familiar with The Proof is Out There, help set the stage. Give a little Cliff Notes version of what this show is about.
Look, we've been on for 3-4 seasons now. The Proof is Out There kind of tracks and chronicles, you know, stories of the unexplained, right? So we are part of the History Channel's Unexplained block. And our show is kind of a deep dive of things that are unexplained. We spend a lot of time talking about UFOs. We spend a lot of time talking about things that go bump in the night. If you capture something on your camera, which is really the admonition of the show, if you capture something on your camera that's odd or strange that you can't explain, feel free to send it to us, and if it passes muster, we will turn it over to our team of experts who will analyze it. So there are a couple of tent poles to our show, you know, anything that's flying that we can't explain, so UFOs, UAPs. Also, we're heavy into Sasquatch and Bigfoot, and for anything that suggests Bigfoot, Yetis, we're heavy into that as well. I think the other area that we spend a lot of time on is anything that people actually send to us. Loch Ness Monster is something that's also big on our agenda. But if you send something to us that we really love and we get an opportunity to do something historical with that clip that you sent us, we will jump all over that. So that's essentially what we are. We are at our core, a crowdsourced show. We rely on the audience to sort of capture things that they find strange and unusual and send it to us. And so far, it's just been wonderful, and the audience engagement has been wonderful.
I think it's fantastic too that that you guys do dive into those details and you help decipher the difference between something that truly isn't fully answered versus, no, this is. I don't know if there's much credibility behind this. I'm curious to know, in your journey telling these stories, has there been an instant that has really stood out to you where you kind of leave with a question mark going, I don't know, maybe there is something there?
And you know, April and I talk about this a lot as well, you know, either through social media or when we have opportunities to sort of chat like this. I'm always sort of fascinated by what we find in our oceans and seas. And I've kind of pushed the team because so much of it is unexplored. You know, we've explored 5% of our oceans, and you know, what about the other 95%? In the current now, we have a couple of videos that are just flat out frightening, right? And so I'm always interested when we get those videos because we know so little about what's in our oceans. And we've got a couple of pieces from the Mariana Trench in this coming season. We've had some in past seasons as well. So that's always going to be a source of fascination for me. It's really become the people show now. We started out hoping that people would send us clips of things that they thought were unusual. And now we've got an abundance of kind of riches, and people have sort of said, hey, look into these new areas, look into the paranormal space, look into the spiritual space. You know, these cloud formations, we think of them as being spiritual phenomena, right? You know, we can scientifically explain some of this as pareidolia, right? But if people are feeling it and capturing it and sending it to us, we're happy to take a look. And when I hear people sort of downplaying it, dismissing it, and all of this nonsense, you know, I'm a little dismayed because I've just become even more fascinated in the space. And so, you know, I'm always moved by, you know, some of the paranormal stuff, because what it tells me is what is really important to people, right? When we talk about stigmata and we talk about, you know, statues of the Virgin Mary crying and weeping, I mean, that touches me because I know it touches people, right? Yeah. So I try to always stay, as you know, April, as open-minded as I can, and empathetic as I can to what people are feeling, and to be a sensory being in that way. So I'm fascinated by all of the really smart people who are in this space, who are really moved by what they're seeing, and in turn that moves me.
I love it. Tony, thank you so much for joining us and being part of Idaho Today.
I apologize for all the indicators or whatever else going on my computer. My apologies. What the hell is when did I become this guy? What is that? It's
You're
great to see you.
popular.
Whatever. It's annoying, is what it is. It is great
Tony.
to see you. Great to be with you, April. Always a pleasure.